leaving this club. I'm not defensive about it. Come on!
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another live stream and welcome to a new week and welcome to more Chelsea PR and more mixed messaging from the football club. Big up to everyone that's locked in, guys. Make sure you're smashing the likes. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. All of that good stuff. Get involved in the chat. But we have got plenty to dive into this lunchtime, people. We've got the latest from Fabrizio Romano with Chelsea believing that Enzo Maresca is absolutely the right guy for the job. They're convinced on Maresca, and they're already planning with him for the summer transfer window. Where have we heard that before? Where have we heard that before? It's the same line that gets trotted out on a regular basis. We're going to dive into those comments that Chelsea are convinced Maresca's the right guy. They're convinced that he will turn things round, which is going to be interesting. We've also got all the latest on the protest, all the latest on the fan feeling surrounding the ownership. It's a big week for the club. We've got a huge game against Aston Villa, obviously, on Saturday, which I'm not feeling very confident about whatsoever. But yeah, here we are, guys. Here we are. Blue Cone Clinic out and Sporting Director out. We need to change it. Chelsea, fair. I hear it. Maybe he does. No, of course he's not. Absolutely not. I doubt Emugu. I'd be shocked if Emugu played 3 games for us. I'd be shocked. The dreaded vote of confidence. Yeah, maybe. Although if we got rid of the gaffer, it would be a big mistake because the problems go far bigger than him. But yeah, obviously there is a worrying slump in form that right now he's solely responsible for, and he needs to find a way to get us out of this slump. I'm sure with your boys, mate, there was a similar situation. You were well clear, you went for a slump, and then you just about managed to win the title. We seem to have started really well, and now we're going backwards, and the slump needs to be arrested immediately. But right now, we don't look like we've got any ideas whatsoever, and he doesn't seem to be prepared to make any sort of tactical changes at all. You see Arteta at the weekend. Arsenal are down on forward players. He just tries something different, chucks Marino up front, and it comes off. It's not going to come off every time, but Maresca would rather just sit and watch the same shit unfold and then just make like-for-like changes. You know, you should be just switching things up. Try chucking Tosin on up front and just going long ball and seeing if you can get anything different. So, yeah, this tactical stubbornness and this unwillingness to deviate from the plan, even when the plan's clearly not working, is not a good sign. Certainly appears to be that way. I'm not confident about Villa because we've got bigger problems. Yeah, no, I'm not confident about the Villa game whatsoever. The Villa game is, yeah, I'm not going to think about that right now. That's not until Saturday. It's only Monday now. We'll think about that another time. Yeah, that's also true. Leicester did have the best squad in the league, but they still had that drop-off. They still had a similar drop-off to what we're experiencing right now at this current stage of the season. So let's dive into the latest then, because Fabrizio Romano put out a video on his YouTube channel last night, and there was obviously updates about Chelsea's feeling around Enzo Maresca. Despite the recent results, and I understand the frustration on social media, but what I can say is that internally at Chelsea, they remain convinced that Maresca is the right man for the job. So there is no danger, no problem, no issues. For the long term, Chelsea remain very happy with him, very happy with the approach he has with the players, the tactical approach, and the mentality he's giving to the team. We haven't got any mentality. What mentality are we giving to the team? What are the losing mentality? The lack of winning mentality is at the football club, which is why we're appointing a rugby league star to try and cultivate a winning culture. What mentality? What mentality is this I'll be referring to here? And of course, they're convinced he's the right guy because these briefs are probably coming from the sporting directors, and this is their guy. They can't afford to get another manager wrong. They cannot afford to get another manager wrong. So, of course, they're convinced he's the guy because they don't want to admit they've potentially made another mistake. That's sort of the stakes that we're dealing with here. So, I'm not saying I don't know if Maresca is or isn't the right guy. But of course, the noise is coming from the club and the briefs that these people are the briefs that are coming from the most likely source, which is the directors. Of course they're going to be backing their guy. Of course they are. So this is hardly a surprise. Hardly a surprise to see this at all. It's mad. Both at the end of the day. I think they're both. Now, the model was an issue because it overlooks signing top players and experienced players. And the way it's being implemented has been crap as well because we haven't filled holes. No, look, he's not fully to blame. The problems are bigger than him. But right now, he needs to find solutions. So he is part of the problem. He's not the biggest problem, but he is part of the problem. And he has to come up fast with solutions. Fast. We were 19 points clear and won the league by a point. Yeah, that's mad. That's mad. I mean, to be honest, if Ipswich and Southampton had a bit more consistency themselves, you lot could have easily ended up in the playoffs. And from being 19 points clear, that's mad. Top four isn't a question. We're one of the elite clubs in Europe. Defeat is unacceptable. We don't compromise on our history, culture, and value. Yeah, look, we need to finish in the top four. Oh, Champions League football at the end of the day. If Champions League goes down to fifth, then fine. I'm taking it. Whatever way possible to get back into the Champions League, we need to take it. If that means finishing fifth, I don't care. Even if the Champions League went down to sixth place for whatever reasons, I don't care. This is what we need, guys. We need the Champions League football. Simple as that. No, they are. I've seen it being spoken about. But it is also Monday as well. It's still quite a long way until the protest is actually taking place. It's still over a week away. So, yes, been making people aware, but at the same time, you need to ramp it up, in the days before. The job came too quickly from him. Yeah, look, the job absolutely has come too quickly for him. I don't blame him for taking it whatsoever, but it certainly seems that after a good start, he has been maybe quite quickly found out, quite quickly worked out. I think that's fair. But it's now up to him to find the solutions. It's up to him to find the solutions. And how? I mean, are Chelsea convinced on him? They're saying they are. Of course, they're going to say that. I don't know whether they are or not. Maresca does need some time. Yeah, mate, I did a video about it yesterday. I've talked about it at length on the channel. I hope that people are going to turn up. But ultimately, it's time for people to back their chat because a lot of people make a lot of noise online. And then when it comes to doing something, they're found wanting. So if you're able to get down to the protest before the Southampton game, then you need to be there. You can't say, it's oh yeah, we need to do X, Y, Z, and then you're not prepared to do it. So if you are in the area, if you are able to make it, then you need to do everything you can to make it. Because if this is a dud turnout like previous protests have been, and hardly anyone turns up, then it is embarrassing. It's embarrassing, and it goes to show that a lot of people aren't prepared to back their chat. And it's very easy to hide behind a computer screen or hide behind your phone. But when the time comes to actually taking action, if you're not there, then that shows that actually really you don't care. The turnout does need to be massive, but I have to be perfectly honest. Based on previous protests that have been organised, I'm not confident there is going to be a massive turnout. But we have to hope for the best. The word is being spread. It certainly feels like there's a bit more momentum behind this one. But ultimately, we're not going to know until we get to the day of it. That's the reality here. So we have to hope. We have to hope. That's all we can do. And people spread the word, get some momentum behind it, and ultimately, people have got to back their chat. Simple as that. People need to back their chat. That's all we're asking for. Our board said they were convinced by Cooper. But you were struggling down the bottom, or you still are struggling down the bottom. But I get the point. This is it though. It's getting a lot of backing from influencers online, which is great, but they don't live in the UK. That's the thing. The biggest thing here is, right, and look, I understand that football's global and obviously fans are all over the world. The biggest thing here is this needs the backing of the match going fans, because otherwise it's just not going to take off whatsoever. It's not going to take off at all unless you get the backing of the match going fans. That's the simple reality here of the situation. Yeah, I will be there. 6 p.m. I'll be there. No, I think we'll beat Southampton. They are shit. They're doing reasonably well. Yeah, they are, which is I suppose it's the point of a loan, but yeah, it's not ideal. But look, we've seen this before, guys. We've seen this before, and then we get more news about Maresca. I mean, in terms of sort of the here and now. As for today, Chelsea absolutely see Maresca as the right manager for the present and future. So they are building with Maresca, and they already have meetings for the summer transfer window. So he's 100% involved in the summer plans. Guys, the summer plans were, apparently the summer is going to be an important window. But we were told, judge us after 4 windows. Okay, so now the 6th window is an important one. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? January window was not easy, and now he's planning for the summer window with the club, talking about which positions to cover. It's going to be an important window. What is this bollocks we're doing here? The club are just taking us for complete and utter mugs. Complete and utter mugs. 6th or 7th window into a 4-window plan. Well done, guys. Well done. So now the goalposts are shifting once again. It's not judge us after 4 windows. It's now the 7th window, or the 6th window if you discount Bowley's first one. That's now an important window, because we handled the last 2 windows so well. Just shut up, guys. Just shut up. Seriously. Honestly, I mean, what sort of nonsense is this? 6th window of a 4-window plan. Maresca involved in transfer talks. Yeah, of course he is. Of course he is. Of course he is. It's nonsense. What sort of bollocks is this? Honestly. And then you see someone tagged me in this, and it's a fair point. Where is it? Let me find it now. This was said in October 2023. This is what was reported. Important news for Chelsea, as Mauricio Pochettino is now going to play a crucial role in deciding on transfers and some players. He will have power. In the past, it was not always like this. Chelsea signed players because they wanted to sign them. How did that power work out for Pochettino? Because he wanted to keep Gallagher. He wanted to keep Chalobah. And that was part of the reason he left, because the club didn't want to give him that power. Pochettino didn't sign any players. So now apparently Maresca is fully is involved in the planning. What is that what we're doing here? Is that what we're doing here? What is this complete and utter nonsense? It's mad. It's absolutely mad. So just like this when it came out at the time, people would probably believed it. Obviously transpired absolutely not the case. And now we're getting the same nonsense. Yes, he's involved. Yeah, he's going to be involved in all the stuff. Seriously, honestly, what even are we? What even are we? Bro, the stuff these journalists get comes directly from the club. Where do you think they're getting this information from? They're being fed the information from the football club. So whether you choose to believe it or not is up to you. But this information is coming from sources within the club. It's coming from sources within the club. That's where they're hearing this from, and that's why it's being reported, guys. That's the reality of the situation. So yeah, Maresca is involved. Is 100% involved in the summer plans. But Mauricio Pochettino was going to have a crucial role in deciding transfers, because apparently it wasn't always like this, and Chelsea just signed players because they wanted to sign them. Well, that's exactly what is going on right now. Chelsea are signing players because they want to sign them. The gaffer has got virtually zero say in what's going on, guys. Virtually zero say. By the way, people keep smashing the like button. It's free. Really, let's get these likes up, guys. We're almost 100 in the building. Yeah, we're only on 26 likes. Come on, people. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. All of that good stuff. It's important to spread the word far and wide, guys. Far and wide. So please do smash the likes and subscribe. But yeah, it's yet more nonsense, more waffle, and just another indication of the club taking us for complete and utter idiots. How do they expect us to believe anything they're saying? Anything? It's mad, isn't it? It really is mad what's going on right now with this football club. I just don't understand it. I really don't. I mean, where do we go from here, guys? Where do we go from here? Because we've all seen this before, and we all know how this ends. We all know how it ends. You back the manager. You say you're convinced by the manager. Always involved in transfer plans. We then don't qualify for the Champions League, and the manager gets the blame, and he becomes the fall guy, and the people that should go won't go. Honestly. It's not about whether it's going to get us fourth spot or not. It's about sending a message that the fan base as a whole are not happy with the way that the football club's being run. Ultimately, yeah, sure, maybe nothing comes from it. But if you sit and do nothing and just watch the club fade away into a shadow of its former self, then absolutely nothing will change. So you've got to try and do something. You can't complain about what's happening at the football club, and then when there's a chance to do something, you've got people that are talking down on fans for doing it. January transfer window was a disgrace and shambles. We had Poch in charge. He wants to keep going. Yeah, exactly. That's the reality. That's what every manager is going to be at this football club. That's what they want in charge. That's what they want in charge. I don't know if they will or not, but at the end of the day, we have to try and influence change. But certainly at this point, it feels like they're doubling down on the current situation, and that's where we're at. But we have to try and inflict change, and this is why it's so important that people actually turn up if they can and back their chat, because there's no point giving it the big one online and behind a computer screen, and then when push comes to shove, you're not there. Where are you? So if you're able to get there, you need to come there and do it. I've got the gut feeling in the summer window we're going to go for young. Of course we are. Bro, what are you talking about? How's he messed up our squad depth? He was not responsible for signing any players. The reason why the squad is the way it is because of the people that put it together. That's why. It's nothing to do with the manager with the squad the way it is. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you get in touch with the supporters trust. I don't even know if the supporters trust are on board with this protest. I mean, I'm sure they'll be aware of it. There's been a lot of noise about it online, so they must be aware of it. You know, they must be aware of it. No one's on the fence. You know, no one's on the fence here. You know, people have got a right to demand change, and you know, if you want change, then you need to turn up to this protest because that can be the catalyst of starting to do it. You know, that can be the catalyst of potentially getting the wheels in motion. Yeah, they did. They had a big march to the stadium, 1,000 strong. But again, though, that's something that's been going on for like 16 years. Levy and Enoch have been there. So, yeah, and they're obviously very much, they're down in 15th. They're struggling and whatnot. Yeah, it goes to show that you can get good numbers if the messaging is right. You know, the messaging's right. You can absolutely get it right. Bro, I never said that was their fault. I never said it's the director's fault that players are performing badly. But ultimately, the squad, the way it's been put together, is unacceptable, and that's solely falls the responsibility of two people. No, I think there was genuine interest in him. We ultimately decided against going for him, which was the right decision. So yeah, you know, if we go for him in the summer, hopefully we don't. But let's wait and see on that front. But look, ultimately the most important thing is that the fan base are all pulling in the right direction, and there certainly seems to be many people on board with what's going on right now, and that's really important, guys. Really, really important that we're all pulling in the same direction, and we're all united in the message that we want to send across. You know, that's what's got to happen here. That is what's got to happen here. You know, and look, protest can be messy. You know, it can be messy. You know, and owners out is the clearest message you can do. It is the clearest message. You know, it's the fans showing that there's a vote of no confidence in the ownership. It's a sign that things are wrong. And it'll be very powerful to have, you know, two clubs in two different countries with different histories and whatnot, both opposing what this ownership represents. If you have Strasbourg and Chelsea united in their feelings against the club, that's powerful. You know, I think there's too much faith in, you know, we just spoke to Clear Lake, then they change everything. You know, they're carrying out what they want, and right now they're clearly not fussed by any fan resentment at this point in time. So sitting and waiting for the right time is not going to do anything. You know, at the end of the day, most supporters don't believe in this ownership and their intentions for the club. And whether you agree with the protest or not, the protest is a clear sign that fans aren't happy. You know, a clear sign that fans aren't happy. They should have done this at the beginning of January. Maybe it would have got them to go and buy. No, I don't think it would have made much difference when it came. Like, ultimately, when it comes, doesn't really matter too much as long as it does. You know, as long as the message is sent, that's the most important thing, guys. The message needs to be sent, and the message will be sent on the 25th of February. Yeah, Fafana should be back soon. What happens if we finish 7th or 8th? I dread to think. I don't know what's going to happen. What games do I see us winning? I'm not too sure on that front either. I wanted all of them to go. The reason I want Bo to go is because of Vivisi. I don't trust him. I've got absolutely no idea. I've got no idea. If you're so convinced, then buy what the management needs. You all know Maresca is assistant manager, and he said many times, yeah, we need, yeah, exactly. If the club are so convinced, back him and give him what he needs. If you're convinced he's the right man, why are you not backing him? That's what we got to get to the bottom of here. If you're convinced he's the right man, why are you not backing him? The most important in the Chelsea squad is get an experienced striker. Yeah, we need experience. Yeah, guys, run up the likes. What are we? 100 in the building, only 35 likes. Poor. Come on, people, smash that like button, run it up. Would greatly appreciate it. Let's get these likes up. They don't give a shit about the fans. The Vampires know exactly what they were doing when they got the club. Protests need to be big. Well, they're only going to be big if people turn up. You know, that's the reality here. People have to turn up, because otherwise nothing will change if no one turns up. Yeah, look, we've got to get Champions League. Pure and simple as that. We must get Champions League football this season. I don't care what message the club are putting out. I don't care what the club are saying. We need Champions League football, and we need it ASAP. And it has to be this season. You know, it has to be this season. You know, and at the end of the day, guys, the people behind the protests, whether you agree with it or not, that's your personal opinion. But what is undeniable, though, is that the people that are behind this protest and are getting on board with it are genuine lifelong fans of the football club, and are doing it because of their love for the club and what they believe to be the best interests of the club at heart. People aren't doing this for no reason. They're doing it because they're worried about the football club, and they're doing it out of their love for the football club. Thing is, there's power in numbers at the end of the day. There's power in numbers. So all we can do is get numbers to turn up, because if you've got numbers, then it's going to make a big difference. If you can get media coverage, that's also going to make a big difference. So these are all the things that we need. You know, we need numbers, we need media coverage, and the message has got to be clear, concise, and that's all we can do. I blame Maresca. Had a good squad, but decided to use the same players game after game. No, look, the squad was never as good as we thought it was, and I fall into that category as well. The squad was never as good as what we thought it would be. That's the reality here, guys. That's the reality here. The squad was never as good as we thought it was. And yeah, we obviously made it worse in January. We're now suffering with injury problems. So yeah, this is where we're at, guys. This is where we're at right now, is that all these issues stem from the top. That's the common denominator in all of this is the ownership. When you're looking to assess a problem, what's the common denominator? The common denominator is the ownership. That's the reality, guys. Do you think this will be on Sky Sports News? It depends. It depends. Yes, big up from Malta. Big up. I don't think it's going to be quite like that, but yeah, that'll be outside the ground. But the important thing is, right, is you get behind the team as well, because the team needs the support. The team needs the support, guys. That is the most important thing. This team needs the support, and you've got to get behind the team. Simple as that. Make your thoughts clear on the ownership before the game, and then during the game, you get behind the team and you support the team, because boy, do we need it. And it's a group of young guys. They need that help. Any other content creators going to stream the process live? Yeah, I imagine so. I mean, I'll see if you can go. You can live stream from YouTube on your phone, can't you? So yeah, if you can do that, or even if it's on Twitter or whatever, or I might go live on Instagram or whatever it is, then yeah, you know, I will go live on whatever platform, and yeah, and stream the show. 100%, guys. Playing the high line is suicide for us. I agree. Certainly when Fafana's out. The rest can only work with what he had. It's these owners that chose these players and make these decisions. Yeah. Yes, I'll be there. Yeah, guys. I was gonna announce that, but Top Dog RLG is let the cat out of the bag, guys. Let the cat out of the bag. Yeah, naked stream of the protest on OnlyFans. Absolutely. Yeah, that's all we can do. Make the voices heard, people. Make the voices heard. It's been poor. It's been so poor. But again, just a complete lack of self-awareness around the club. Over how briefs are going to be interpreted. How the media strategy just seems to be so bad. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. But what we need to realize here is, guys, is that we've got to try and force change. Absolutely, and that's the message that we should be sending here. But the worrying thing is the most worrying part is sort of a feeling deep down that knowing that nothing potentially will change. There's a real bad arrogance about the ownership that's going to hold this club back massively. Whatever the strategy is, guys, it hasn't worked. It's failed. And it's failed because we've now got the intended target market rejecting the project. The likes of your Matthias Tells, your Elises, your Durans. These guys elevate the first team and they all rejected us. So by that fact there, it means that the project is failing because the target market of the project are rejecting us. The target market of the project are rejecting us. So therefore, that is why the project is failing. We're stuck with. We've got Caicedo, we've got Enzo. We're struggling to build the team around Enzo. We're conceding a lot of goals. Lavia can't stay fit. Caicedo needs someone with physicality next to him, which is why Lavia works so well with him. Midfield is problematic. He's expensive. Cucurella is doing okay, but he has moments. And then asking Levi Colwill at 21 to lead the back line in a system that we just ship chances for fun. It's not fair. It's a very difficult task for any centre back, and Colwell's not been good. But that's partly down to himself, and it's also a lot to do with a defensive structure. We need a lot of players. We need a goalkeeper, a centre back, a centre midfielder, a winger, and a centre forward. And that's after investing over £1 billion on the first team. Sure, Andre Santos can solve the midfield issue. Goalkeeper needs addressing. Achimpong, is he the answer at centre back? Not really. He's a partial solution. But you could probably say that Tyreek George could well end up being more productive than a Sancho or Neto over the remainder of the season. So this is kind of where we are right now. Gusto's a right back. Why is he playing in central midfield for Chelsea? That's down to coaching. Cucurella is a left back, a very good left back, but he's basically being a fake number 10. This is a system that is not suiting these players. This is a system that Maresca has created that isolates Sancho, that isolates Neto, and Neto and Sancho are not good in one-on-one situations, and yet the system is designed to give them that. This is where the manager's got to do better. I get it. The directors employ the manager. I get it. The ownership employ the director. So we can go down this. We can go down this route. We can all go down this route, and say X, Y, Z. I get that. And the manager's got to do better. The manager absolutely has to do better. We're no trophies in 3 years. This is not good, guys. This is not good. During the hiring of Maresca, it was reported he thought his current squad was top and explained to the board all the positive he could do with the squad. What's changed? Probably wasn't as good as what he thought it was. And maybe just in general, Maresca is struggling right now. He is struggling right now, guys. There's no doubt about it. They're ejecting because these owners will not pay big players and other clubs pay them well. Yeah, sure. Serious question is, how bad will it need to get before these people decide to abandon ship? I don't know, but yeah, I can tell you one thing for certain, guys. It's gonna get worse before it gets any better. I think that's one thing that we can say for sure. It's getting worse before it gets better. Bro, we haven't got the personnel for a 4-3-3. You know, you play Palmer on the right, Sancho or Neto on the left, Nkunku up top. In midfield, we'd have to play Dewsbury Hall, Enzo, and Caicedo, and then you've got no cover. You just got Amugu. We just haven't got the depth. The thing is, though, yeah, look, the directors need to go. That's the easiest piece to remove. That's the easiest piece to remove, and a piece that, you know, needs to go. Having said that, if the directors do go, it's very hard to have any level of confidence in the ownership that they will actually appoint someone competent at their job. That's the position that we're in. That's the position that we're in. You know, that is the position we're in, guys. Neto's been poor. He's been poor. Absolutely has been poor. There's no denying that. I'd put Reece in midfield 3 to support Caicedo and Enzo. Maybe, I don't know. Maresca is not a proven top coach. Yeah, no, he's not a proven top coach. Everyone knows he's not a proven top coach. He's someone that's got potential. He's an up-and-coming manager. That's what he is. We know this. So yeah, we're just gonna have to. We are just gonna have to hope for the best, guys. That's all we can do. Yeah, we are. We absolutely are. Maybe we should play a 3-4-3 system. Yeah, but bro, we haven't got. Again, who's going to play up front? You know, we're missing a lot of players right now. Yeah, and I guarantee Rashford scores against us as well, guaranteed. It's not about being confident about them hiring another SD. I don't know. You know, if the model's not going to change, just hire someone else to do it. I absolutely understand that point. Do you think the reason they didn't buy a striker is because they're scared it will affect Jackson's price? No, I don't think so. I think the reason they just didn't do it is because they didn't want to spend the money in January, or they honestly thought that what they had the squad that they had was good enough, which is very worrying. If they did genuinely think that, that's a worrying state of affairs. If they thought that, very, very concerning. If they did actually think that, very concerning. Yeah, it certainly looks like he's not going to change at this point in time, but he might not have a choice. He might not have a choice. He is going to be forced to change, because carrying on doing the same thing is not right. Carrying on doing the same thing is wrong. Look, if it comes down to it, would I rather have Bowley or would I rather have Eghbali? I'd absolutely rather have Eghbali. Bowley. Sorry, I'd rather have Bowley than the two of them. I don't know. I don't know what makes them convinced. That is a question that I do not know. That's the question I don't know the answer to, guys. I've got no idea on that one. Absolutely no idea. I don't know. The directors aren't okay because they've never built a winning squad in their life. You know, they're not okay. None of it's okay. Bro, Roman's not coming back. That's never happening. I mean, in the summer, the way these people think of players are the ones who can be sold from. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, no, that is exactly what's happening. That is exactly what's happening. We know what's happening. We're fully aware of what's happening. Even Tottenham fans go 1,000 people. I don't know who was saying fake fans, but this is a time for people to back their chat. You know, if there's a poor turnout, then that reflects very, very badly on on the fan base. It really does. Games are just how the asset games are just how the asset rises in value. If we win or not, they don't care. Yeah, maybe. But what I would also say is that winning probably makes assets increase in value. I would imagine. I mean, I don't know for certain, but I would imagine that would be the case. I imagine that would be the case. But let's wait and see. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Not good. Not good, guys. System needs to change. Yeah, no, something's got to change. Something's got to change. Regardless of whether we beat Aston Villa or not, the message is the same. One win doesn't change anything, guys. One win does not change anything. That is the reality of the situation, people. One win's not changing anything. Yeah, of course we should have done. Nothing's going to change if people don't try and enforce change. That's the reality. Uh, I hope not. I hope people wouldn't be as narrow-minded as that. I hope people wouldn't be as fickle as that. That we've won a game, so you know what, everything's fine. You know, results aren't changing that. Just because we're winning doesn't mean that the problems go away. You know, the problems are still there. Yeah, if you're winning and you're doing well, they get brushed under the carpet a little bit because ultimately winning does change people's perceptions. But yeah, if we win on Saturday and people decide they don't want to turn up, that's poor. Really, really poor. Oh yeah, no, we're absolutely. I'm convinced we're not going to beat Aston Villa. Absolutely convinced of that. Fully convinced we're not beating them. Uh, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised either. I honestly wouldn't be surprised come the end of the season if Maresca's gone. Whether that's him being sacked, whether that's him deciding that this is just an unworkable situation. He should be here next season regardless, but I would not be surprised if he wasn't. Process is where we can all come together now. Yeah, it absolutely is. Yeah, probably. You know, it does. There's no point. Yeah, no, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. Not good. Not good, guys. These people aren't football people. They see everything as assets. Yeah, look, the fan-owned clubs. That's obviously a totally separate and different conversation. But yeah, I absolutely hear what is being said, guys. I absolutely hear what's being said at the moment. Yeah, look, if Nkunku's playing up front for the rest of the season, it's long day for us. That's not going to be good, guys. That is not going to be good whatsoever. If Nkunku is playing up front, we can't have that, guys. We can't have that. Something's got to give on that front. Something has to give on that front, guys. I wouldn't say they are playing out of this world. Obviously, Santos and Petrovic are playing very well. Felix has made a decent-ish start at Milan. Look, it certainly feels like he's a one-trick pony at the moment. It certainly feels like there is no plan B. I absolutely agree on that front. Absolutely agree on that front. But yeah, look, ultimately, people can say what they want about a manager, and maybe he's not the right guy, and maybe he's not good enough. But as Scopesick says here, sacking Maresca is the worst possible thing Chelsea can do. You can change a manager, but the situation will not change. No, it won't change, because the manager is just a piece of the puzzle. Manager was just a piece of the puzzle. He was just a piece of the puzzle. That's the reality of the situation currently. No, I don't think so, because they are racists. If Chelsea change to a 3-4-3 system, it will work. We need to try something different. To be honest, you have no young up-and-comer in the 21s that can just try and do a job. Look, there's someone called Shin Moheka, who's, I think, just turned 17. He come on in the Conference League against Astana. He's meant to be a talented forward, but again, he's never played in the Premier League before. It's a big, big ask. It's a big, big ask. I mean, I would absolutely do that at this point, but we know full well, guys, that that's not happening. We know full well that isn't happening. So yeah, we might as well forget about that, guys. We know full well it's not happening. Full well, people. I hope so, bro. I hope so. I don't know what's going on with that. I've got absolutely no idea what's going on with that Mudryk test. No idea, guys. He's not ready. He's been injured. I think he had an ACL injury and he's working his way back. That's going to be another guy that won't see the first team. We have to be perfectly honest here. Another guy that won't see the first team, people. Yeah. It's pretty bleak out here, guys. It is pretty bleak out here. Also, what's pretty bleak are the number of likes, guys. We're on 114 in the building. Big up to everyone that's locked in. We're on 60 likes. This needs to be gotten towards 100 likes ASAP, guys. Smash that like button. And please hit the subscribe button as well, guys. It's free. It takes seconds to do. And it would really, really help me out. So please do subscribe to the channel, guys. And make sure you are hitting that like button as well. Let's get these likes up to 100. That should be light work for us, people. Light work. I don't ask for any money. Just ask for a click or two buttons, which takes seconds. So make sure you're doing that. Conte used Hazard, William, Pedro when he fell out of Costa. It worked. Yeah, look, Maresca might not like what he's got available to him, but that's what's available to him, and he needs to use it. And he needs to use it to his advantage. And he needs to find ways to get more out of what he's got. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Well, there's no one to bring back. David Washington is currently at the under-20 South American Championships. The reason why his loan move to Santos has not been confirmed is because the Brazilian window is still open until the end of February, I think. So let's wait and see if Chelsea decide that Washington's going to be a solution, but I wouldn't bank on that. No, they're not in great form right now, but bro, our form is also shite. Our form is also shite. That's something that we do need to remember, that our form is also dog shit. So yeah, not ideal, not ideal. I mean, look, he's been forced to use youngsters, admittedly, but yeah, Lewis Skelly, Nwaneri, top players. I wouldn't say Anne just turned it around. He got a win against United yesterday, but Spurs are 14th in the table. I wouldn't say one win is turning things around. But yeah, look, Maresca's got to find a way to get results. Has to find a way to get results. Bro, we could do with any striker right now. Just having an actual striker would be of huge benefit to us. Just an actual striker on the books would be of huge benefit to us. That is yeah, that is what we need. So yeah, let's hope that we can find one. Well, we're not going to find one now. No, bro, Postecoglou at Chelsea. Are you mad? Are you mad? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's not the. That's not the. That's not the idea at all. Um, that's not the idea at all. Um, yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, we're in trouble, guys. We are in trouble. You know, we have to wait and see. But yeah, people defending these directors, I don't get it because they've been beyond the net. There's a few exceptions, right? Because Palmer was going to join a West Ham or a Brighton. You know, he was looking at a loan to a West Ham or a Brighton. And then obviously Chelsea came in for him. We need ownership. We've got to eat some humble pie here, guys. You know, 3 years ago, they had next to no knowledge about football and they thought they knew better than everyone else. And they need to make a change and they need to own up. And do you know what, guys? We got this wrong. We got this wrong. We thought we knew better, but we don't. We got it wrong. We're going to implement some changes. We've realised the mistakes of our ways. It's the arrogance of the ownership. It's the arrogance of Blueco, which is really, really, poor, really, really frustrating. The arrogance of these guys. The arrogance of these guys to think that they can come in and implement this model and think that they can literally change the way that football's been. No one's ever won doing this, and yet they think it's going to be different. They think they can influence change. It's mad. It's absolutely mad. Exactly. This is happening by design. This shouldn't be a surprise what's happening to us on the football pitch. This is by design, guys. The very way that the squad's been put together, and the very way that we're being run, that is why we're getting the results we're getting on the pitch. Because there's no experience anywhere. There's no experience in the boardroom. There's no experience at director level. There's no experience at management level. And there's no experience at playing level either. So are we really surprised at why things are going this way? We're really surprised why we're having no consistency. We're really surprised why we've got immature players, immature performances. Are we surprised by any of this? No, of course we're not surprised by any of this. Of course we're not surprised by any of this. I mean, look, at this point, we got to hope for something. We have to hope for something at this point, because if we just carry on doing what we're doing, it's absolutely no good. Absolutely no good. Yeah, we need impact. We need impact. We need impact. We need a clear message. Yeah, Lampard's doing a good job. Very good job. That's why they got rid of all the people that actually know football. Yeah, look, I get it that people want to bring in a new ownership, want to bring in their own people. I get that. I haven't got a problem with that. But when you lack knowledge in a subject or in a situation, you need to make sure that you employ people that do have the relevant knowledge. That's what we need to do here. Employ people who have got the relevant knowledge. That's what needs to happen, guys. Yet that isn't happening. But that needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen, guys. That's what's got to happen. I wish things could be more positive, people. I wish things could be more positive on this front, but it's not looking It's not looking great out here. It's not looking great out here. What are you lot saying in here? We go from Todd extreme to Egbali extreme. Yeah, it's look. I mean, we've not heard much about sort of the disagreements at the moment. But yeah, it's certainly not looking ideal, guys. It's certainly not looking ideal. That's for sure. That's absolutely for sure. Things are looking peak out here, guys. And they are. Just get a point at Villa Park and start from there. Bro, I'll take any points we can get right now. Yeah, and he's not wrong. He's not wrong. You know, the standards have to be there. You know, the standards have to be there. Yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen. To be real, I honestly don't think that's going to happen. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't see that happening. That's my honest opinion on it. I don't see it happening, but maybe it will happen, guys. Maybe it will happen. But there's no evidence to suggest it will. So, like, forgive me for not being positive about thinking that's going to happen, because realistically, guys, we've had zero evidence so far, zero evidence to suggest that it will happen. We've had zero evidence to suggest that it will happen, guys. Absolutely zero evidence to suggest it will happen. So yeah, we have to see. We have to see and we have to hope, because right now, hope is really all we've got. Is he? I'm doing a video with him on Wednesday, so we will discuss. We will discuss. I'm doing a video with him on Wednesday, so we will discuss that. Bro, we're not going to get Van Dijk. Yeah, we need to try something. If it means chucking a big man up front, let's just do it. Because right now, what we can safely say right now is what we are trying to do isn't working. So we've got to try something different. We have to try something different. 100% we have to try something different. Yeah, so they've not done well in 2/3 of the team. So overall, they've done a shit job, basically, is what we're saying here. They've done well in one area, but the other two areas of the team, they haven't done well. So overall, they've not done a good enough job then. Look at the most successful clubs in the history of the Prem. All of them had blend of experience, grafters to fill in where needed. Yeah, exactly. That's what you have to do. No, I don't think it will be a huge spend in the summer. You know, I don't believe it will be a huge spend in the summer either. I really don't. And we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see what happens on that one, guys. The summer has to be right. The summer has got to be right. You know, we have to make big signings in the summer. I'm not saying go and spend hundreds of millions of pounds. I'm not saying that. But you've got to address the positions that they're addressing, and you need to get suitable quality in those positions. You must. You absolutely must, and you have to. No, players have improved under Maresca. Caicedo's got notably better. I'd say Cucurella has got better as well. You know, and Jackson certainly started the season had got better. Yeah, but bro, I think he'll go out on loan. I think he'll go out on loan. I don't see him being part of the first team. I think he'll go on loan. Yeah, sure. Esteval is going to be added to the squad, but again, it's an 18-year-old kid coming from Brazil. You can't put too much pressure or expectation on him. And again, Delap, pressure and expectation will massively ramp up for him. So if he does end up coming, so like, yeah, there's a few things there's a few things, improvements, and there's players coming in. If Andre Santos comes back and doesn't get sold, there are people coming through the door. There are people coming through the door, guys. That's absolutely correct. People are coming through the door. But yeah, does it improve us? Do any of those actually make the first 11 better? Not straight away, they don't. No, not straight away, they don't. Oh, for sure, guaranteed. Let's wait and see, guys. Let's wait and see. That's all we can do, guys, is wait and see on what the plan is. We've got to wait and see what the plan is. We must. And that's all we can do. Wait and see what the plan is, and then we go from there. We go from there. We wait and see what the plan is, and we move forwards from there, guys. People, we're 20 likes away from 100. There's still 108 in the building. Keep smashing that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Smash that thumbs up button, guys. There's 20 likes to go. We're still over 100 in the building. Come on, guys. There's definitely 20 of you in here who haven't smashed that like button. We need to get these likes up. I would really appreciate it. Do you think Maresca is the right man if you buy him good players? Potentially, yes. But it's way too early in his career to say whether he is or isn't the right man. I'll probably take Murillo, to be honest. I'll take Murillo. More experience. He was absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on in what he says. Absolutely spot on. No issue with his comments whatsoever. They are, but I think if we want Delap, I think we will get him. I think Chelsea have done a lot of work, reportedly, on bringing Delap in. So let's wait and see. We need to strengthen with experienced players in goalkeeper, centre back, and forward. Yeah, we absolutely do. We absolutely do. Sure, like if we add the right pieces, we're not a million miles away from competing. The problem is there is little to zero faith that we will add the right pieces. That is the issue right now, guys. It's actually crazy that I've gone out and bought this Amugu guy. Yeah, I know. I mean, look, Felix is one of those players that, I don't rate him at all. He's got talent, but he never lives up to any of his expectations. Vega's doing very well at centre-back for Juventus, very well. And he could potentially be an answer at centre-back for Chelsea, maybe. Maybe he could be. Esteval's been dropped by his current team, has he? Yeah, I've not been keeping fully across Esteval. No, I don't think that's true. There has been interest in Koundé before, by the way. There absolutely has been interest in Koundé. But yeah, I don't see it. I personally don't see it, guys. He has underperformed, absolutely. But again, the system does not lend itself to him playing well. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, I would have Petrovic as number one. I probably would, but we know that's not going to happen, and we know that he's going to be sold, guys. We know what's happening here. Petrovic will be sold. We know this. We know this. If Lavia stays fit to the end of the season, bro, he's not even fit right now. The guy's not fit. So yeah, exactly. Utter nonsense. I hope not. I really hope not. But I have to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. I hope it's not the case, and I hope they wouldn't be that stupid. But equally, I really wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. I really wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, no, I absolutely hear you on that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Penders at Strasbourg next season. I think that does absolutely makes perfect sense. I wouldn't be surprised to see Penders at Strasbourg at all. Anyone we sign that is not a teenager is a win for me. That's how much I've dropped. Yeah, no, fair enough. No, I don't think so. Not after one season. No, I don't see Gallagher leaving Atletico Madrid after a season. Absolutely not, guys. Absolutely not. What else are we doing right now? What else are we doing, guys? Let's have a look if there's any news coming through, guys. Is there any news coming through in regards to anything Chelsea related? Let's have a quick look. Anyone with any questions about anything, guys, let me know. Let me know. Fire any questions into the chat, whether it's protest related or anything along those lines. Let me know. Nothing about the Stamford Bridge renovation. That's another thing that people are getting annoyed by. Is that there just seems to be nothing happening in regards to the stadium. There's no rational thinking. Everything they do is either to appease an agent that has them in their pocket or selling for profit. Yep, I absolutely agree, bro. Absolutely agree. Bro, yeah, but we've heard this so many times before. Santos was meant to be part of the squad this season, and then he was loaned out. So we have to be honest here, guys. We have to be honest with what we're seeing. Yeah, guys, keep smashing the likes. Subscribe if you're new around here as well, guys. Let's get this up to 100 likes before we round out. What we want, 86 likes, 110 in the building. Get these likes up, guys. Smash that like button. It's vital that you do so, guys. Vital. So please do run the likes up. Let's get it to 100 and keep subscribing if you are new round here. Right, some strong comments from Mikel, isn't there? Mikel is against the protest. Interesting. Mikel is against the protest, guys. Jonathan Mikel, I heard the fans are planning a protest. I'm sorry, this is not the right time to protest. The players need the fans right now because this is a very difficult time. Interesting. 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 Someone asked about the Madueke injury. He's going to be out for a while. He's got a hamstring injury. Maresca confirmed he's going to be out for a while. So I don't think anything's going to change there. Look, I understand Mikel's point to a degree, but you know there is no right time really for a protest. There is no perfect time. If you wait for the perfect time, then you know it's never going to happen. You just got to take action, and you just got to do it, and you've got to do it fast. That's the simple reality here. What else has he been saying on Sancho? Well, so got in on Sancho big time. Oh yeah, absolute loss. Absolute loss. Jadon Sancho came in and deceived us with a couple of good games when we thought, fucking hell, we're getting the Sancho from Dortmund, but he's gone again. I don't know what happened to him, but he's disappeared off the grid. Yeah, mad. Also true though. Sancho has disappeared. You know, he's not doing a good enough job at the moment. He's not doing a good enough job, guys. Jadon Sancho. He's not. Yeah, look, sure there might be better times than others, but there's never, you know, a perfect time to do it. There's never a perfect time to do it. Bro, I don't believe that to be the case, to be honest. I don't believe that at all. What else is being said here? Mikel on Osimhen to Chelsea. God, not this nonsense again. Chelsea has always been his club. He has come out open to say it's his childhood club growing up. He always wanted to play for the club. His idol's Drogba. He loves the way we played. He made it pretty clear that this is a club he wants to come to. Unfortunately, we didn't get it done last summer. But listen, you never know. I don't think the door's shut completely. Brother, let's stop this. He made it pretty clear this is a club he wants to come to. Sure. But when it came to it, and when it came to agreeing to the terms to come, you chose not to. So, you know, it can't have always been your club, because if you really wanted to play for this football club, you would have taken a pay cut to come. You know, instead, you're irrelevant out at Galatasaray in Turkey. Let's not start doing this. Let's not start doing this nonsense. Let's not start doing this nonsense. I don't want this saga again. I don't want any of this bullshit from him. That needs to stop. That needs to stop, and it needs to stop ASAP, guys. Needs to stop ASAP. It's complete and utter nonsense. Complete and utter nonsense. So yeah, there we go, guys. There we go. I'm not interested in listening to that saga again. Let's not do this. I don't even want Osimhen. Like, I don't even want this guy. You know, let's get rid of this guy. He needs to go. Simple as that. Bro, look, Sancho's got ability and talent, no doubt, but his form has just fallen off a cliff. His form has absolutely fallen off a cliff, and that needs to be changed. That does need to be changed. There's no getting away from that. There's no escaping from that. It must be changed. It must be changed, guys. Is it Sesko or bust for me? Yeah, look, it'll be Sesko or Delap, but I think the most obvious one is it is going to be Liam Delap, guys. We have to be honest here. It is more than likely going to end up being Liam Delap. That's the reality here, guys. It's going to end up being Delap, more than likely, I would say. And we have to hope for the best. We have to hope for the best at the end of the day. But it's probably going to end up being Liam Delap. Probably going to end up being him. He could well do. He could well do. No, I don't think there's a problem. No. Look, the body language admittedly hasn't been good, but when you're losing and you're not playing well, it's hard to have positive body language. It is hard to have positive body language. Has Maresca lost the dressing room? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, it would have been good. It would have been good. You know, I wouldn't have been against that. But unfortunately, that's not the way that we operate anymore. That's not what we do, guys. That isn't us anymore. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens. But that's not us. Yeah, bro, I hear it. I absolutely hear it. I would take him right now. I would take him right now as well. I absolutely would. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's the big question, people. That is the big question. How long is it going to be before top players at the club start questioning whether they want to be here or not? How long till that happens? That's a major concern. But yeah, guys, I'm going to round this one out now. Big up to everyone who's tuned in this afternoon. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Make sure you smash your likes on the way out. We need 10 more likes on the way out, guys, to get to 100 likes. So please smash that like button on the way out. Please hit the subscribe button as well. We're heading towards 16K. We're about 250 subscribers away from 16K. So make sure you are smashing that like button on the way out, and make sure you're subscribing as well, guys. Remember, protest the 25th of February, 6 p.m. outside Bovril Gate, Stamford Bridge. Obviously, be reminding you guys between now and then. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Smash the likes, subscribe, run it up to 100 likes. We need 6 more on the way out. Big love to everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, up the Chelsea, and we're out.